Hey there, garden friends, it's Heather at Bush Poppy Farm. Today we are planting up these Birdie's beds. So planting up the Birdie's raised beds, the other two, the bigger ones that I've ordered, haven't arrived yet, but they'll be here soon. So I figured I would go on and get started here. I can fill them with soil and run the irrigation to them, and then I'll show you the plants that we're going to put in them. First step is going to be running the irrigation. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this hole punch tool, and I'm going to punch a hole in the main line. So next we're going to put this plug, it's not really a plug, but it allows us to tap into the main line. So we're going to put that in the hole. And then we're going to attach our drip tubing. There's still some water coming out of it because the whole system was pressurized, and then when I turned off the water, it continues to run. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the majority of it inside the bed, and then feed this under the bed, like that. We will push this into here. There we go. Now, we can come back and bury this under the gravel when we're done. But now what we're going to do is fill the tub, then we will finish the irrigation. So the other tools that we're going to need for finishing the irrigation are these T-joints. So we'll run some tubing to where we want the first bubbler. We will cut the tube, put one end here on the T-joint, run some more tubing off of here to the bubbler, which will be out here somewhere, and then continue the straight line, the feeder line, along to the next bubbler. But right now, we need to get the soil in the beds. Okay, now that that's done, we are going to set up our bubblers. So, I'm thinking right down the center makes the most sense so that it covers, a round area and doesn't spray out. So, this doesn't have to be exact. We're really just lining it up to where we think it's going to work. Put this guy in here. And then we only really need a short piece here to attach our bubbler. Alternatively, you could run this line at the back and run longer lines off of it for the bubblers. All right, now we attach the line again. Okay, take our next two pieces. Lots of truck traffic today, so it's pretty loud. All right, take a snip. I'm going to make sure that's cleaned out so that we don't have a bunch of soil in the line. And then attach this. Attach our tubing to go to the bubbler. Cut our little bit there. Attach our bubbler. There we go. And then attach this end. And I can use landscape staples to make sure these things stay down. That's not a problem. It's a pretty easy fix. Also, once it gets planted up and the plants fill in, they'll just kind of stay down by themselves. But this soil is very, very fluffy because it's brand new, so they're going to pop up easily right now. Okay. Now I'm going to attach my bubbler. And I'm going to have to get more soil This takes a lot more soil than I had anticipated. So I need about 4 more bags to finish this this container, but that's okay. What I'm going to do is plant up the one that we do have filled so that you can see how this one's going to look, because they'll be identical. Okay, so now that we have that, we're going to cut off the end, and I'm going to put a cap on that, and then that will seal the system. Okay, so we've got the soil in, we have the irrigation in. Now it's time to plant it up. The first plant that we're going to use is this one. This is Monarda, or bee balm. I have 3 of them. They are a perennial. This is the Jacob Klein variety. It is a red flower on long, strong stalks that will I can also use for a cut flower, and this will expand as time goes on in this bed. To complement that, I've got this euchera. I've got it plant them in between. This one is called Marmalade, and it's got this really pretty reddish green color on the outside and a nice red complement on the other side. Now, this guy can take sun, but not full sun. So the sun sail that's going to be over this bed is really going to help this guy. And so these are all perennials. They'll continue to fill out over time and really fill in this bed. But of course, I have to have some annuals too. So these will get changed out throughout the seasons because I like to have some variety. But this lobelia is called Palace Blue with a white eye. And so I'll have this guy, and this is Floribunda Petunia. It's Madness Yellow. So this will be the complement. So I will alternate these probably just across this side, because the back side is nobody's hanging out back there. And these guys will start to get so dense that they will block that back row anyway. So before I start planting, I am going to add some fertilizer. This is EB Organics, EB Stone Organic Fertilizer. It's a Sure Start, so it's like a starter fertilizer. I know that the soil here is brand new and it's got some nutrition in it, but these guys have been in their nursery pots for a while, and it can't hurt to give them a nice little boost to start off with. So let's get to planting. Okay, so I got everything planted. As you can see, it's looking good. I gave everything a nice deep drink of water, and so things are a little bit droopy because they got watered with the hose. But then I turned on the irrigation system to test it, and it's still repressurizing, but the bubblers are working. So once it gets more pressurized, it will be more like a little tiny mini sprinkler in here. But once I get more soil, I can plant up the other bed, and then we'll be all done with this part of the project. Then when the new beds come in, we'll have a whole nother area to plant with a whole different set of plants. You ever have one of those days where like literally nothing goes your way? Today is one of those days. I just recorded a whole bunch of video for you guys, and it's not there, so apparently I didn't record it. Yeah, it's just one of those days. So I'm gonna do what I can to salvage what is here and put together something for you guys to release later today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a wonderful time in your garden, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.